Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're talking about how to make your counteroffer in a negotiation, how to present what you'd love to get out of that salary offering. This is video 5 of a 6-video series. If you want to see the rest of the videos in the series, head to my channel and click on the Art of Negotiation playlist.
So now you've dreamed the impossible dream, you've assessed why you are valuable and why you're deserving of the best offer possible, and you've considered what your boss might be looking for in the negotiation. It's time to consider your deal, your ambitious offer that you're going to put forward, either as a counteroffer or as an initial offer. It doesn't matter whether this is in response to an original offer or this is something that you're initiating. The one thing you need to remember about developing your offer is that you need to develop it on the ambitious side. It needs to be ambitious but still realistic. If you develop it closer to what you expect your boss to say, at sort of the minimum level of what would be acceptable to you, there's nowhere to go but down from there. A negotiation is a process of compromise where your boss comes up, you go down, and you land somewhere in between. And depending on how tenacious you are and depending on how willing your boss is, you might end up closer to where you anchor the conversation, or you might end up closer to where your boss anchors the conversation. The worst thing you can do is to have a range that's so small that you have no hope of walking away with something that is commensurate with your value. So I really want you to channel the concept of ambitious here. Channel an ambitious offer. And while you're developing that ambitious offer, you're also going to be doing an assessment of your BATNA. And that stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement, which really just means, what's your walkaway point? What's your point of no return? What's the point where you're like, this just doesn't meet my needs, and in fact, it's a bad deal, so I'm going to say no. So both of these understandings come from the same place. You start with your impossible dream and that list of wish list items that you have. And so you're actually going to go back through that list and then rate each of those items as something that's on your priority list or something that would be a nice to have. And then especially on your priority list, you need to make sure you've ranked which priorities in what order are important for you, and really align those to your values, because that's what you're going to need to know going into any kind of a negotiation situation. You need to know what matters most to you and what are you going to dig your heels on. So yeah, you're going to start with that list. You're going to rate things. I would separate them into 2 separate lists, one of the nice to have items, and still rank them in order of importance, things that you would really like to have. It might be great to have a new computer or an assistant or the team members that you want over a great parking spot or a nice office or whatever those other things are. So really take some time and put them in the order that is most important for you. Then on the items that are actually quite important to you, you want to make sure you define specific parameters around them. So I'll give you helpful hints and ways to do this in the worksheets, but really what you want to define for salary or benefits is a realistic range. So understand what's possible and understand what's reasonable. So you can do this in a lot of ways, but ultimately you need to land on 2 numbers for each of those prioritized numbers or values, I guess, for each of those prioritized items. So for salary, for benefits, for flexibility, you need to be able to know what is your dream state? Like, what would feel generous to you? What would you walk away going, yeah, I feel valued through this offer on that particular item? And then on that particular item, what's the minimum level that you would accept? You absolutely need to know what the minimum level is, because that's the walkaway point for you. And if you don't know your minimum level, then you risk making a bad decision in the negotiation. After that, you want to go through that secondary list and identify, rate and rank the nice to have items, and really identify if there are any items that kind of go with items that are on your priority list. So items that could be either trades against or would add to the value of a package. You just want to be able to draw those conclusions and go, okay, well, if you can't give me more salary, then can I have more vacation time, or can I have more flexibility, or can I have more educational support? So understanding where you might trade off, because those things achieve the same outcome for you, if you will.
Thanks for watching. If you want more videos on negotiation like this, then make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, while you're here, leave me a comment. Tell me if this was helpful or how you plan on implementing what you learned. And if you want to support my work while you level up your negotiation skills, then head to the link below where you can purchase my negotiation guide. In the meantime, I want to thank you for watching. I will see you here next time.